Welcome, I'm the DeadwoodJedi. There's another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're on the free-to-play. The Road to Ultra Nightmare. Coffee is in hand. And it's day 41 here on the daily login. Yeah, that's yum. I haven't found the perfect blend yet to add to my coffee, but I am working on it, at least mentally. I need to go to the grocery store, but I think what I'm gonna do, recently did this for like my eggs and my chicken, stuff like that, is I had like a Moroccan or a Harisma kind of not Harisma, I'm thinking of something else with that, but like a Moroccan spice blend thing that's been really good, but I've been kind of running lower on it, and it started to calcify basically. But I added some salt and some pepper to it, and I mixed that up, so I kind of made my own version of it. It was really good, so I'm thinking I'm going to do that with my coffee. Get some cinnamon, get some nutmeg, just like powder it all together. Probably add a little bit of sugar, so it'll be kind of like a sugar cinnamon type of thing. I'm pretty sure it's going to be delicious, so I'm going to be looking into that. So if you guys have any suggestion of spices I should be adding to that little coffee mix of mine, let me know down below. I've heard some suggestions already, but definitely always down for some more. As far as today goes, where is my team at right now? Well, we're kind of just doing the same old grind, right? Nothing really fancy has come about. I do have some clan boss chests I should open up. So let's start off with some fun stuff here. Hopefully some nice shards or books or nothing. That's cool too. The gear's always solid generally. It's something I generally look at later. I don't really examine as I pull it. Sometimes with the chest pieces, I get a little excited. Like some of them I'll be like, ooh, maybe that'll be really good, but generally nothing crazy. All right, so nothing crazy coming out of that. That's totally fine. We've been very, very secure in our 2-key nightmare, 1-key brutal run so far. So I've been really happy with that. I actually hit 30 million on brutal yesterday, which is, I'm like, okay, we're doing decent work right now. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one that comes out. And of course, if you enjoyed today's music, we have that link down below in the pinned comment and description of this video, and you can use code DeadwoodJedi, save yourself 15%. And of course, if you want some account work, you don't like doing the work yourself, I'm more than happy to do it for you. My team is at the beck and call. Just visit my website, DeadwoodJedi.com. So I'm feeling very good about that at the moment. Really good about that. Right now we've got for the next couple days, we've got a 3-time regen rate drop for Fire Knight. Now Fire Knight is like that is the spot to be, right? Definitely really good because, you know, they have some of the best set pieces in this game, right? Immunity's really good, shield's very good, crit damage I love, regen's great, stun, savage, all those are very, very, very solid pieces. The other ones have some usage, but not crazy. Like Fury, Curing, Frenzy are all pretty situational, so they're not real big ones on me. You know, my big thing is at this point, I'd like to be hitting stage 20. That's where I'm at on everything else, and I was able to do it. I threw in a test run. I'll let it run while we're kind of chatting here. I threw in a test run, and I was just like, okay, let's see if my 5-man team can do stage 20, and we were. It's a slow run. It's like a 5-minute run, but we were able to beat it. And considering that literally almost everybody on this team is weak affinity for this, that's not bad. I think it was actually a pretty good little result. So there's definitely going to be room to improve it. And we'll definitely be improving it as we go along. But, you know, one of the great things about this team is we have lots of healing, lots of protection, a little bit of revive. And so we're able to kind of get through stuff pretty succinctly while we're doing it. So that's a positive. I'm able to do that. One of the things, I wasn't even actually planning on doing any of it though. I was thinking to myself, even though it's a tournament going on, right? Like an epic book available. I think there's a chicken of some 4-star probably. And all that stuff is always useful, right? Whenever you can double dip, that's nice, you're double dipping. But it wasn't going to be something I was going to do. I was like, okay, well, I still need to level up, you know, champions and food. Like I still only have 5 6-star champions, right? I'm going to need more than that. I'm going to need to keep grinding them up. I have plenty of champions that are only 4-star right now that I want to take the 5-star. You know, Genbo and Dahi tops of the list, but there's others as well. But then I was thinking about, it's like, okay, well, that regen gear is going to be pretty useful for us. It is one of the best sets in this game. Even though we have like the bolster coming in the Forge Pass right now, which is again going to be really, really useful. Regen's really valuable, especially when you're trying to push Doom Tower. There's a lot of content in this game where that can be really, really helpful for your champions. I'm not going to want to use it for clan boss generally. So it's probably not something I'm going to be putting in on any of those champions. But even with that caveat, I still feel like it's going to be valuable enough where I'm going to put it on somebody at some point soon. You know, one of the things I'd like to get to the point is where I can solo farm some of this content, and a champion that might be able to do that for me, it might be a ways down the road, but someone that might be able to do that is actually Venom Mage. I've heard a few comments saying he can solo farm 20, Dragon 20, and so that might be something that I'll want to look at going forward or in the future, you know. And I imagine if he can do, you know, Dragon 20, he can probably do Ice Golem 20, so that is definitely something, because when I can level up, you know, energy is my big limitation. So if I can level up champions while grinding gear at the same time, again, double dipping, it's a good thing. And so I know if that's something I'm going to end up doing, I'm definitely going to need regen gear. Now you can see, right, we got to the boss. It wasn't that hard. The waves were definitely doable. We had enough healing and protection to be able to survive the waves. And then Elva always has a revive in case something goes horribly wrong. But the great thing is having Rhonda on this team, we get so many ally attacks. She has so many quad hitters that we're actually able to get down the Fire Knight shield pretty consistently. And then Venom Mage brings in everything we need. Heal reduction, decreased defense, decreased attack, and those poisons. The only thing I'd want to add for this team would be decreased speed. But I mean, it's fine. We're getting the shield down fast enough. We're able to get enough damage going on here where it's working okay. The only real issue is that we're all bad affinity for this boss. So that's like definitely one of the worst things. It's a consideration. Maybe I should try pushing up, you know, because the higher levels, the affinities are actually better for us. But I don't know that we're going to be able to survive or knock the shield down fast enough or do enough damage where that really makes a lot of sense. And also the energy consumption cost becomes a lot higher as well. I mean, generally you're going to want to farm stage 25 instead of 20 if you can. 24 is a good one as well. But right now, I think for our account, stage 20 is going to be just fine. Lower energy costs. Everything that we get is generally going to be pretty valuable for us. So I'm not really eager to push harder or higher. The runs are probably going to be pretty slow, and you know, it's probably going to take a fair amount of tweaking. As you can see, even as it is, it's not like we're, you know, Rhonda almost died from one hit from Fire Knight right there. I feel like going higher isn't necessarily a better choice for us. So you know, I'm feeling pretty confident about this. The fact that we can get through stage 20 is pretty darn good at all. So this definitely is a good thing, though. It gives me a little bit of focus of where I want to put my energy towards, because I wasn't sure going into it. I wasn't sure if that was what I wanted to do. I was thinking I was just going to farm campaign for a while and just level up champions and food. But now that we can do stage 20 on Fire Knight, this might be a little bit, you know, it gives me another option of things to work on. And so I think I'm going to be spending some time here for sure. We're kind of stuck on missions right now, dealing with arena stuff. My clan boss team's a little bit stuck right now. We're not really going to be able to push much higher. All my gear's already ranked up to 16. So until I get better pieces or better champions, we're kind of in this spot where this is what we're doing. And that's okay. That's a good thing. We're in a really good spot right now, right? I know most of the other creators wish they were in our spot right now as far as the gear, the champions, and the damage that we're doing, you know? Yeah, you can see 5 minutes. Got the rundown, not too shabby. But yeah, like my missions right now, we have to defeat 75 champions in Classic Arena. We're still kind of vacillating between Gold 4 and Gold 5, so we're getting some fights every time I refresh, which is fine. But we're gonna have to do that for a little bit, and then we have the Fire Knight comes up right after that. We got the different, you know, keeps coming in through there, fighters, all that stuff. And so we're just gonna kind of keep plugging away and keep working on that. I'm making the missions a little bit of a focus for me. Obviously we're a little bit stuck right now with the having to defeat so many champions or whatever, because all my fights right now in arena are like 1-man or 2-man fights. So it's not like I'm fighting a lot of big teams, but it's kind of, we're in the grind spot. And yes, I was a little weak yesterday. I was a little weak. I was like, okay, we'll just pull 1 or 2 shards. pulled 1 or 2 shards. I didn't get nothing. It was horrible. Reason why I opened this up though was because I have all the champions for the Broadmoth fusion. Great. So I mean, we are literally set to fuse Broadmoth. I'm just waiting, honestly, I'm really just waiting to see when the next CVC is, or the next champion chase event, so we can get the points then for Broadmoth. I don't really feel like I need her right now for my squad. She's an incredibly good champion, but right now there's no real rush, so I can hold on, just wait a little bit, wait a week, and then when I do pull her, it's gonna be really useful for my account. So that's gonna be a big addition. Still, obviously still waiting to get some more of these champions to get Rosin. I think Rosin's gonna actually end up being, I have a sneaking suspicion Rosin's gonna be the champion I bring in instead of Rhonda for my clan boss team. And so I feel like he's gonna be super, super helpful. Gonna be really helpful for things like Fire Knight too. I think there's a little potential there. Relic Keeper, we're almost using him. We have Justicar, we have Executioner, we have Sorceress, whatever her name is. I just need to get Templar. I've had a couple. I know I fed one. I feel a little bad about that. I'm gonna need to fuse Relic Keeper for the missions eventually, but I'm not in a huge rush for that. I know I can get the champions I need, so I'm just kind of waiting and slowly leveling them up, as I am with most of my champions. You can see here, right? We got a lot of champions up to level 40 now, and this is perfect. Some of these are going to end up being 5-star foods, like a couple of these shadow bows. A couple of these are just, waiting for the fusion whenever I have the Rosin fusion, so I'll end up sticking them in the vault so I don't have to worry about them, but they're just here kind of taking up space. A couple others like Fellhound or Kale I'll want to take up and rank up to 5-star, maybe even 6-star eventually, but again, not a huge rush for that. But that's probably what I'm going to be wanting to doing with all these epics for sure. A couple of these rare champions, right? Armiger, definitely. Frozen Banshee, Myrmidon. I don't know if I'll ever use Myrmidon. I just like Myrmidon. Abyssal, a couple of these I'm going to be ranking up, and then a bunch of others I got here as some delicious food. And so, once I get many of these champions ranked up and I get the food kind of set, then I'm going to have a big decision. Do I take somebody else to 6-star? Notably, probably Ugo, right? Or do I go Gembo and Dahi and kind of rank them up a couple times because they're both really helpful? I have to kind of figure out what my next step is after that. But I'm not concerned about that. Right now, my main 5 is easily the best 5 I have on the account. And so it's just kind of about letting them, keeping that grind going, keeping that right, keeping building them up, getting to that next step, and, focusing on that. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at the moment. Nothing crazy going on with this account. Just kind of continuing the grind, and we're just at that point where the grind is real. In the referral program I got, everybody's kind of working for me, and I'm loving it. I appreciate them so much. And that grind from 40 to 50 is super hard, right? I need it though. Once we get to 50, I'm gonna get more of those sacreds, and that's gonna be great. In 3 weeks, I think we have the 2 extra sacreds. And that'll be huge. So if I get those by then, that'd be massive, right, for this account. And then we can start bringing in some new people and actually get, the Chronum, the actual useful champion out of the group. That would be huge too. So there's some good potential going on here. I feel like we're really working in the right direction. So in the meantime, while we're grinding here, I'm just going to be doing some Fire Knight, trying to get some decent pieces for this account. In between doing that, I'm going to be grinding out my what do you call it, the campaign, getting some levels up. That's a big thing for me, and then just trying to get more arena runs in as I can. The big thing with this I'm finding is not so much, it's not like you need a specific plan or approach or anything like that. It's really just making sure you can put the time in, which is one of the negatives of this game. That's also one of the cool parts, right? But it's like putting that time in so that I'm able to bounce around from thing to thing to thing. So I know, look, I'm going to do these Fire Knight runs till this energy's over. Then I'm going to hit up arena for a little bit. Then I'll probably hit up 3v3 arena for a little bit, and then hopefully come back to regular arena again and, be able to refresh and get some more fights in. And then when all that's done, I put it down for a little bit, put it down for an hour or two, and then come back again when my energy refills and do the next thing and the thing after that. get a clan boss run in there, you know? About having that flow with the grind, which is hard. It's very hard, but I know many of you do that, right? You sit at your desk, you're at work, and you're like, look, I'm gonna do my job, but while I'm doing my job, I can set these auto battles going, and then, you know, 20 minutes doing my work, get a little distracted. Well, let's do an arena run, do a couple of those, and then I'm focused again, do my work. Okay, well, a little distraction, go do this, and I'll come right back to it, right? And I feel like that's actually not a bad way to use this game, right? I feel like it actually could be helpful for us in real life. Having those brief distractions so that when we come back to our job, come back to the work that we're trying to focus on, we can actually be focused on it. I don't know, maybe I'm just spitballing. Maybe I'm trying to make myself feel better about this, but I have been enjoying this free to play a lot because it's enabled me to do a lot of that, right? I'm starting to find that flow. I'm starting to really understand the essence of this game and like what, you know, how to be successful even without all the crazy champions, all the crazy gear that I've accumulated over such a long time. It's been pretty fun. So anyway, guys, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this series, and we're gonna keep this one kind of quick today. So that's all we got for you. That's just kind of like a little update of where I'm at. Now there is a 10x going on this weekend for Harima. She's really good, along with a 2x for ancient shards. So don't be like me, don't pull your ancients yet. Hold on to them for a couple more days. Get a better chance of getting some legendary champions, epic champions, everything good out there. 2x's are really the way to go, especially free to play, especially early on. Just need a little bit more discipline than I have. I know a lot of people were like, I thought this was the year of the YOLO. I thought we were pulling everything. I was like, I know. But at some point we have to make better decisions. This is that point. I need to make better decisions. So yeah, that's where we're at. I did start playing around with the current team that I have on my main account just to see what we would look like for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. I think the results will be interesting. So definitely pay attention to that video when it comes out. Probably won't be for a few days, but you know, it's something I'm working towards because I think there's some interesting stuff going on there. And I think it's a little surprising for me, you know, the results we were getting. So I think you guys will definitely be interested in that. And you know, might point us to some different directions we have to take with the team we currently have, or not. I don't know. Anyway, guys, that's today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And until next we meet, I'm the Deadwood Jedi.